DMR, tomorrow is your last test. It's only a day away. Tomorrow, friends, is your last DMR test of the 3rd grade year. Bow, 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 bow. Let's finish strong.
Last DMR?
Last DMR tomorrow. What is 3,229 rounded to the nearest 10? Okay, so we've got 3,000. This is 3,500. This is 4,000. So we're actually counting by hundreds. So 3,200 is going to be after 3,100, 3,200, and then 29 is going to be about 1/4 of the way there. So right there, okay? Which thousands is it closer to is the question. Well, this little line is only 2 hops away from 3,000, and it is 8 hops away from 4,000. So this is closer to 3,000. Okay. Questions on that one? Alrighty then. Next one. Colby wants to buy 2 train sets. Tim's toy store. Tim, I didn't know you had a toy store. That's amazing. Is that why you're always getting off camera? Because you're going to go check stuff? All right. Tim's toy store has them for $124. Tony's toy store has them for $134. And look at you, Tim, keeping the prices low. Good on you. If Colby buys 2 from Tim's toy store, see, Tim, you're getting the business. You keep the prices low, people come to you. And uses a $25 coupon, how much will he pay for the 2 train sets? Well, let's combine these 2 train sets, okay? Tim's toy store sold them for $124. And he bought 2 of them. $124, okay? Tim's toy store has just made $248 on that sale, but Colby had a $25 coupon. So we're going to subtract $25 off of that price because that's what coupons do, right? They make things cheaper. So 8 subtract 5 is equal to 3. 4 tens subtract 2 tens is equal to 2 tens. And 2 hundreds subtract no hundreds is equal to 2 hundreds. So, Tim, your toy store just made $223. Not a bad day, sir. Not a bad day at all. Questions on that? Don't get tricked, friends. We didn't even need information about Tony's toy store. Tony, get him out of here. He wasn't even in the problem. Okay? All right. I don't know who just raised their hand, so I can't call on them. Ways that students go home. Ah, it was Brayden. Oh, it's backwards. Yes, Brayden. I didn't catch that until just now. What's up?
I can't believe Tim is making that much money. I'm jealous.
I know, right? It's okay. Tim's going to give me a tip tomorrow, I can tell. All right, next up. Ways that students go home. We have a graph here. Mrs. Knight made a chart to show how students go home each day. Each dot represents 5 students. Sorry. Each dot represents 5 students. How many students go home by bus or car? So each dot is equal to 5 students. So we're counting by 5s. So let's count the home by bus first. 5, 10, 15. 15 students go home by bus. Now let's take a look at the car. Here's our car. 5, 10, 15, 20 students go home by car. So I'm going to add together my car students plus my bus students, and I'm going to get a total of 35 students. Not purple unicorns flying through space. 35. Daniel.
I don't have a question. My camera is going. It's down.
Yes, just switch it. All right, next up. Eye colors of the class, another graph, this time a bar graph. How many students completed the class survey? Well, that means we got to count up all of these number of students. See that label? So helpful. Okay, let's take a look. Brown has 8. Blue has 12. Hazel has 5. And green has 3. So we're going to add these up. 8 and 12 is equal to 20. 5 and 3 is equal to 8. 20 plus 8 is equal to 28. 28 estudiantes. Jalen, who's going to wake up? Questions? All right, next up. 5, find that sum. Here we go. 6 plus 7 is equal to 13. We got to regroup that mess. 8 plus 8 is 16. That's a double. 16 plus 1 is 17. We got to regroup that mess. 1 and 9 make a 10. Plus 4 more is a 14. We're going to regroup that mess. And then we have our thousands place. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7,473 should have been the answer that you typed. Yes, Levin.
Oh, sorry. That was for earlier.
Gotcha. Yes, Leah.
After the more.
So when I was regrouping my 17, in accident I put the answer for 17.
Oh, but guess what? That's okay because this was practice and you're going to do it right on the test tomorrow. So you get a star. All right, next up. Solve 8 times 6. Easy. You got 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. Write it down and that's your answer. Aren't you proud? You got correct and yay for you. Okay. 48 is the answer to 8 times 6. You could also find the same by doing 6 times 8. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. 36 and 42 and 48. Looks like a spider coming to get you. Okay. Yes, Tim, a question now.
I did 8 times 6, 8 groups of 6.
8 groups of 6. Yes, you could also draw your 8 groups. You could place 6 items inside of each group and then count up how many you had at the end as so. Correct.
But I did it on my head.
All in your head. Because it's all in my head. I think about it over and over again. I got that sum, it's 48 again. All right, that's not the words, but that's okay. All right, friends, here we go. Activities, please. We are going to finish day 2 of the activity that you had yesterday, okay? So scroll down. The activity is called Mrs. Sousa Yawns. Great activity. No, it's called Mobile Trial number 3, Data Collection Bar Graph. Yes, Levin?
It was about what I wanted to tell you. It was about my fractured story. It's Little Red Riding Hood and the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf together.
That's a lot. Get your plan in there. I'm excited to read it. Okay. Mobile Trial number 3, Data Collection Bar Graph. Go ahead and click on the response that you had yesterday, and we're going to finish it. Okay, you're not starting a new one unless you're Bella, Libby, Morrow, Serenity, who didn't do it yesterday. You're going to finish the one you started yesterday. So I'm going to edit my post. Okay, go ahead and open that up. I'll give you a moment to get that opened. The post from yesterday. Open it up. Open it up. Excuse me. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know why jingle bells just popped in my head. Jingle bells.
Can we play code at the end of?
No, but thanks for asking.
2:20.
We'll see. Okay, here we go. You have left off on slide 5. Slide 5 should have been the slide that you completed, okay? You had 2 questions yesterday in addition to creating your bar graph. Your bar graph should be complete. That is for a grade, okay? Now, you're going to get an opportunity to check yourself because you're going to go into a breakout room and share screens with your friends to see if you got the same bar graph. If you did not get the same bar graph, have a conversation to figure out who is correct and who needs to fix theirs, okay? If you did get the same bar graph, check with each other to make sure you did it correct. So first things first, you're going to hop into breakout rooms. You're going to share slide 4 with each other. So screen sharing will be on. And you are going to see if you got the same bar graph. Any questions on that before I send you? Yes, Levin. Uh-oh, Levin's frozen.
Are we doing this whole entire assignment together?
No, but you are going to check bar graph on page 4 from yesterday. Okay. All right. Share your screens. See if you each got the same graph. Check each other. Okay. Here come your invites. Okay. You should have checked in with your graph on slide 4. If something was incorrect, you should have made changes. If yours was correct, you should have been able to explain how you know it was correct, okay? This graph on slide 4, as you know, only graphed the top 5 ranges that had the most tallies. This was not all of our data. This was only the top 5 groups that we graphed. Your questions today are going to be a mix of the top 5 and of all of the data. Let me show you how to tell the difference. Check slide 7. Slide 7 says use your tally chart on slide 3 to answer these questions. So for these questions, you're going to look at your tally chart right here on slide 3. Okay? The other questions tell you to look at your bar graph on slide 4. Notice, use your graph on slide 4. So for these questions, you'll be looking at the graph you created. Okay? Any questions about that so far? You're using 2 different data sets, your tally chart and your bar graph. Questions? Okay. We're going to work through some of these with partners and then check our work. You're going to work through some of these independently. All of them will be for a grade. Okay, so even the ones you're doing with your partner today are going to be graded. Yes, Leah?
So the answers can have more than one answers.
That is correct. That is correct. So Leah's question, so can some of the answers have more than one? Yes. Okay, let's look at an example of that. This says use your tally chart on slide 3. The question is, what range of distance had the least Metmobiles? So let's go look at slide 3. There are 3 ranges that had 0 in them. Okay, this range right here has nothing. This range has nothing. This range has nothing. So for that question, there are 3 answers. Okay, because it's a tie. 3 of the categories have nothing, and nothing is the least. So we're going to write down all 3 of those as an answer. Okay, great point, Leah. So let's go write that down. Our first range is 130 to 149. Our second range is 190 to 209. Our third range is 210. Now, some of you might have figured this out, but this is something that Aiden G showed me early on in the year that I thought was genius, so I'm going to show it to you. rather than me going here and then clicking here and typing and saying, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Hold on. Oh, yeah. And then typing and then, oh, I forgot again. Oh, yeah. Watch what we can do. A and G showed me this and it was genius. I need the three least. That is 130 to 149. That is 190 to 209. And that is 210 plus. Okay. So here's what A and G does. A and G types his answer and then control copies it. And then when he needs to put his answer, boom, he control views it. Look at that. Genius. That way you're not going, oh, shoot, hold on. Okay, let me go type it. Oh, shoot, hold on. Okay, let me go type it. Oh, shoot, hold on. Let me go type it. You just got it. Okay. So that is a smarter, not harder way to work. Okay. So you can look at your answers on the original slide, type them, and then copy and paste them. And that is the answer for our first one. So yes, Leah, some of the questions will have more than one answer. Okay. This is an example. This one has 3 different answers because 3 ranges had 0. While you're copying that, I'll wait for some questions. Yes, Terrence.
I don't understand how that's the answer because it says which range had the least amount of mint mobiles because I think is it talking about like how many have none because it says mint mobiles on it.
So what is less, 1 mint mobile or no mint mobiles?
None.
None. So yes, none would still be 0. I see your clarification. You were saying of the ones that do have mint mobiles, which one is least, but that's not the question. The question here is just period, which one has the least. But if it was of those who had mint mobiles in them, then our answer would change. So I see where you're coming from. Okay. All right. Tally chart on slide 3. You're going to use that to answer this question with your partner.
What range did the most mint mobiles travel?
Okay, so you're going to look at tally chart 3. Which range had the most mint mobiles? That means your answer is coming from right here where it says range. Your answer is not coming from a specific number that was measured. It is coming from a range. Okay, I'm going to give you about 45 seconds to get that answer with your group. Okay, 45 seconds and go. Okay, so you should have completed all of slide 7 with your partner just now. We did slide 1 together. You and your partners should have just come up with an answer for slide 7. This is for a grade. I'm not going over it with you. So the more effective you and your partner are, the less work you're going to have to do independently. Okay? Hop to slide 8, please. Slide 8, you're going to use 2 different graph sets. On the top question, the blue question, you're going to use slide 4. Okay, that's correct. You're going to use slide 4 for the blue question. For the green question, you're going to use slide 3. You're going to use your data set here. So I want you to write that down next to your green question. Slide 3 data. So on 8, you're going to use slide 4 and slide 3. Go ahead and write that down, write that down. Okay, I want you to keep in mind, the more effective you and your partners are at working together, the more likely you are to have the correct answer and the less work you're going to have to do alone. This is due today, okay? You're getting ready to hop into your breakout room and work on slide 8. If you and your partners work together, you'll have the answers and be good to go. If you're goofing off or if you're sitting in silence, this is going to become independent work. Okay, it's due today whether you decide to do it with your partner or not. Yes, Justin, a question.
Can you go back to slide 7?
There you go. Leah.
Okay.
I was looking through the pages, and on slide 9 it says how many Mitmobiles traveled in the top 2 most traveled ranges, but there's 3 of them.
We'll get there when we get there, sis. Okay. Yes, William.
So I thought we were using slide 4 for slide 8.
You are. That's why I just said there was a mistake and I had you write the fix. You're using slide 4 for the top question. For the bottom question, you're using slide 3.
Okay.
Because if you use the bar graph, you don't know which one was the longest and which one was the shortest distance. You only know the range. And this is asking you about the actual distance, not the range. Okay. All right. You're going to hop back with your partners. Slide 8. The more effective you are with your partners, the less independent work you have. Take advantage of this time. I'll be popping in and out to listen to your conversations, not to offer help. I'm there to listen. Here you go. On slide 9, you are going to take a look at the 2 questions that are there. They are according to the graph on slide 4. So you're using your bar graph. How many Mitmobiles traveled in the top 2 most traveled ranges? I'm going to let you know that is a slight trick question. Be careful. And how many Mitmobiles traveled in the top 5 ranges? Your graph only graphed 5 ranges. So you are going to be taking a look at how many Mitmobiles are on your whole graph. Okay. Work that out with your partners. This is the last slide you'll have a moment to look at together. Okay. Honorable mentions to Tim and William working their way through some confusion, okay? Said, wait, that doesn't make sense. Had a conversation, realized they were looking at the wrong slide, saw the data and said, oh, okay. So talking through that. Yes, Daniel.
How long would you have to do because it kicked me out of the Zoom?
I know, I saw that. Welcome back. You're just answering questions about the graph. It's very straightforward, okay? All right. What you did not complete today with your partner is independent work. This whole set is due today, slides 1 through 10. You did slides 1 through 5 yesterday. You should have done slides 7, 8, and maybe part of 9 together. Slide 10 we didn't get to, but that's okay because it's your opinion, okay? So you are going to finish the rest of these slides here. And this is going to be collected for a grade. Slides 1 through 10, I'm grading it all. Okay? Make sure you get that turned in to me today.